Who's up for an absolute marathon here? What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron. I'm the Brick Scavenger. This minifigure Lego haul was advertised at 5.7 pounds. Ay, ay, ay. I paid $732 for this thing. So we're into this one. Holy cow. Hopefully there's some good stuff in here. I'm not really sure what's in here. I bought this one a while ago. It's been just sitting while I dealt with some other stuff. So not the foggiest idea what's in here. But assuming the weight is accurate, more than 5 pounds of stuff. This is an actual workout. There you go. Look at that. Okay. There's no way we're doing all this in one video. I'm kind of thinking this will be maybe a 4-parter. That'll give us a little more than a pound to deal with in each video. That way, hopefully it's digestible for you guys, but also digestible by me. Oh my gosh. Well, there's no denying this is a lot of minifigures. Hopefully there's some good stuff in here. How am I gonna deal with this? Ay, ay, ay. All right, bubble wrap, I guess we're sacrificing you. Okay, I'm thinking four parts on this thing. This will be part 1. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, here we go. Oh, that'll make it easier. Okay, here we go. We'll first split it into 2 parts. Oh no, there's some really heavy stuff in here. That's gonna eat up some of the weight. That's not ideal. That's mildly even. Okay, so there's 50% of it. Okay, there's 50% of it. And then we gotta somehow kind of split this one in half. Okay, probably a little more. Okay, there we go. How's that look? Pretty even? That's pretty even, right? All right, well, here we go, part 1. So if my math is right here, splitting into 4 parts, we paid $183 for what you see in front of you. Our goal, of course, is to double our money, call it $180. That would mean hopefully we can turn this into $360. That would be the goal. That way we can fund our Lego habit, have some fun play money to build our city, all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Holy cow. Okay, so if you're interested in anything you see here, you want to support the channel, obviously watching YouTube is a wonderful way to support the channel, and we appreciate that very much. But if you're interested in some of this stuff to add to your collection, there's 2 places that we sell. We sell on Whatnot. If you haven't been a part of Whatnot, it's an online auction community. Link in the description, but also on Bricklink. Some of this stuff will be there as well. So let's dig in, shall we? Here we go. Here's the guy from Up. I don't know his name, the grandpa from Up. But that's a good start right there. You know, not an expensive fig, but a full fig and a fun fig. So that's a nice little start to our session here. Let's see if we can find some gold. We're gonna do handfuls because some of this is kind of broken up. That may be Captain Carter right there. That might be CMF. There's a Joker in there. All right, not that much to speak of there, but, you know, some fun stuff nevertheless. Hey, look at that. That's some of the newer stuff, but that is a Black Falcon there. Let's see. That appears to be some Harry Potter stuff right there. We've got some Ninjago stuff. That, I think, is the torso for Marty McFly. Wrong head, and I think the head's fairly expensive, so unfortunate that that one got taken apart. We got a Gandalf hat in there. That's pretty good. That, I think, is Harry Potter, and you might look at that fig and go, Harry Potter, not that good. And I would tend to agree with you, except that bald cap is a decent piece and one that people need. That's very fake. So that bald cap is a nice pickup, especially for the Bricklink store. There's a Santa. That's fun. What's this? An old Hermione, maybe, something like that. Let's see, what else do we got in here? There's an old M-Tron face paint girl. Hey, look at that. That's fun. Probably not going to be for sale. That'll end up in my Islanders and Ewoks display, but a cute parrot nonetheless. Let's see, some Ninjago stuff. That might be Harley Quinn legs. I feel like that might be Marvel something. Lots of reddish brown heads are actually way more expensive than you might think. I don't know if that's one of them or not, but reddish brown heads as a general rule, fairly expensive. Let's put hat back on Gandalf there. Nice. Let's see, what else do we got? Fairly common stuff. We paid less than $2 a fig for this. I think we said, what did we say? We didn't actually do the math, I think, on this one. But anyway, less than $2 a fig, which, geez, might seem like a lot, a little less than $2 a fig, but at this point, it's getting hard to get hauls at all for less than $2 a fig. There's just enough resellers and collectors out there fighting for these hauls that it can be, it can be hard to get them for a good price these days. The heck is that? Best Sista Eva. That's obviously custom printed, but that's pretty funny. I like that. I like that torso. That's cute. Not much to speak of there. Maybe old, actually, that's pretty fun right there. That's the old yellow Star Wars. I don't know what he is, but fun. Hey, look at that. There's a Slimer. That's a nice pickup right there. That's, close to 20 bucks, I think, right there. So that's a nice Slimer. I'm still, for my personal collection, in search of a Slimer. There's some trashed legs that has, I think it's from the firehouse that has like the slime printed on it. I still don't have that one. Someday I'll find it. Not a ton to speak of there, although that helmet is pretty fun for Thor. Although what you really want to find, I believe, is the Pearl Dark Gray version of that one. Some Harry Potter. Not exactly crushing this, but there's some decent sort of common stuff in here. Like this Sith Trooper torso right here. That I think is a CMF thing. When I sell on Whatnot, I sell in bulk. I just put piles of stuff on, the screen and start it at $1. So some of this stuff people will really want to make custom figs or finish off figs. Hard to beat $1, So if you want to be a part of the Whatnot community, feel free to come check it out. Hey, look at that. That is it a little scratched up? Yeah, I think it's a little scratched up. Not bad, though. That's some Lord of the Rings there. Can't tell if it's cracked yet, but that's not a bad piece. There's a pirate, I think, and a white vision, maybe. All right, can we find any gold in here? That's really what we want to find. Let's find it. Let's find us a banger. There is that a banger? I think is that the Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings horse? I think it is. This thing, holy schmolies, assuming that's it, and I think it is with those red eyes, this thing has exploded in value. I mean, it's always been good, but I've seen people selling this thing for $40+ at this point. Oh, nice pickup right there. All right, that's awesome. That helps a ton for sure. Let's see if we can find some more gold in here. That ask and you shall receive on that gold, I think. Nice. Some friends. Here is Chris Pratt growing his hair out. That's pretty funny. That may go with that reddish brown head we saw earlier, but I'm not sure. Let's see. There's a Kabuki twin. Not a ton to speak of there. There's a Shaggy. That's fun. The Scooby-Doo figs are in demand lately and harder to find, I feel like. Less sellers selling them. So that's a good one. There's a Castle Fig. Castle Fig's always good to find. No doubt about that. There is a Ghostbuster right there. Otherwise, not a ton to speak of. Let's see. Hey, there's a Stingray. That's fun. Those Stingrays are super cool. They came in a polybag, I think. Probably some city sets as well. There's another Castle Fig. Nice. Piles of nothing for the most part here. I think that is a Jurassic World Fig, maybe. Ooh, look at that sneaky little thing right there. Whoa. Oh, my word. That is the yellow Star Wars bounty hunter. I'm going to totally space on her name, but she's that weird like purple color. I'm going to totally space on her name, but that's a nice find right there. I feel like she's always cracked. And I think for the most part, people need that head in good condition because the paint wears. I'm spacing on the name. There's a really fun Batman right there. Here's parts of a Wolverine. I think that's one of the newer Wolverines. But nevertheless, Wolverine's good stuff to find for sure. I think we're doing okay on this haul. I don't think we're absolutely smoking it, but I think we're doing okay. There's a Savage Press. You know, if you're looking at this going, there's not enough gold in there, you're probably right. But the reality is that this sort of, if you can call it a job, this job is mostly a grind. It's not all treasure. If it was all treasure, it'd be too easy to do, right? You know, so there's a lot. There's the up kid to go with grandpa. Maybe the dog is in here. The reality is most of it's common stuff, right? And you've got to find a way to, you know, sell the common stuff to make ends kind of meet for this, because there's no way you can take all of this, just pull a handful of good things out and then do okay. That's just kind of the reality of the business. So hopefully you find, you know, some stuff like this that is not insanely valuable, but, you know, a fun Ninjago fig for someone out there, and that kind of makes your job a little bit easier. And then you've got to deal with the, you know, the turtles and the Minecraft and the Harry Potter. You got to find a way to deal with it. There's a Golden Lloyd. That's pretty good. Some people really like Golden Lloyd. Anything else in here really good? There's a Nindroid. Hey, look at that. That's a fun shield right there. Those teardrop ones are good stuff. Is that Daffy Duck's tail? I think it might be. Let's see. Anything else in here? We've got a white Endgame Ant-Man. We've got some of the cavalry stuff from Lone Ranger here. Look at that blue armor. That's fun. There's another Lord of the Rings torso. Anything else in here worth noting? Here's a angry female head. Some of those can be pretty expensive. Is that Lando? I think that might be Lando. Maybe that head was Lando. And then look at this. This is that. I think that's that really old Harry Potter. Is it? It's got a really fun, like, old brown hat, winter hat kind of thing. Hey, there's another one. Whoa, that's weird. Two of them. I feel like that fig is pretty good in value, but you got to find the hat. Okay, well, there you go. Part one. You know, nothing too insane, except maybe for Slimer and our horse, but that gets us off to a really good start. $183 is not that much money for this amount of stuff, so I think we'll do okay on it. Not going to retire to Florida based on this one, but we'll be fine. But that's only part one. Who knows what parts 2, 3, and 4 hold? I'm excited to find out. If you guys are interested in sticking around and seeing what the rest of the treasure hunt looks like, or checking out some of the other Lego adventures we go on, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you for part 2.